Welcome to another episode of Rainbow Popcorn. We are 2 out of 3 brothers talking about movies, and we couldn't go any further without talking about the Oscars and the Razzies. Hello, Brett.
Yes, hello, Lee.
How are you?
I'm good. Been waiting
Good.
a long time to talk about this.
Yeah, it's there's a lot to say.
There's a lot has happened, Lee.
We've already had a couple of award ceremonies.
Yeah,
But the two big
all
ones,
over the place.
the Oscars and the Razzies,
Yeah.
are coming up. And so we have to talk about them before they do come up.
Are there precursors to the Razzies? Like the Oscars, it all leads up, Golden Globes, Screen Actors Guild, blah, blah. Is there a lead up to the Razzies? Like, are there other ones?
I don't think so.
Like Golden Shits?
Maybe we could start them.
Maybe we could.
We also had the actors,
The actors, yeah.
in Australia, which we're not going to talk about.
And what's his name was there? Superman.
Oh,
Christopher
because he's Australian.
Yeah. He was just there.
There is the
At the
documentary.
plenary or wherever they have it. I don't know where they have it.
I don't know either.
Star Casino in Brisbane. I don't know.
They have the Christopher Reeve documentary is out,
Yes.
so he was probably there for that.
Christopher Reeve wasn't there, Lee. Henry Cavill was there.
You said Christopher Reeve.
I know, as a joke.
Well, I thought that's more relevant.
Isn't he
because-
dead?
Oh yeah.
Sorry. It was Brandon Roth. He would not be surprised if he was there at all, actually. Anyway. Should we talk
Cavill's
about
there.
things?
Yeah,
Should
relevant.
we drink?
Let's
have a cheers.
drink. I've got
I've got recycled. Not recycled. Tinny's Pub Classics.
And I've got the Moondog Fizzer Juicy Tropical in our 2-drink
for a bit of
cinema
raspberry.
stubby holders.
I need the sugar.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yum. All right, where should we start?
Still yum, but a bit juicy.
So,
Who's the big
90
noms?
Watt 7th Oscars.
7th.
I should know that.
I think it's 7th.
The biggest noms are Complete Unknown and Conclave each have maybe, let's say, about 8.
Okay.
Wicked and The Brutalist have 10.
Whew.
And Emilia Perez has 13.
That's very interesting for a movie that I've not heard ravings about.
I heard a lot leading up to it, especially film festival, let's say Venice.
Yep.
It won a lot.
Cannes?
Maybe that too. It was somewhere in Europe near water. Was Cannes near water?
It was at the Gaza Riviera. Have they got a film festival yet?
Gaza Riviera. It was at the Gulf of America. The Gulf of America Film Festival. The Apprentice did not get shown. And I heard a bit about it and it was really good. I didn't know anything about it, but it was getting a lot of buzz because it was good at film festivals. So I'm like, have to watch it. Then it won a whole bunch of stuff leading up to the Oscar nominations and was nominated for a heap of stuff. Golden Globe, BAFTAs, SAG Awards, Critics' Choice Awards.
Yep.
And that was fine. Then it got 13 Oscar nominations and the whole world went mental.
Yeah.
And was like, this movie is terrible. How did it get this many Oscar nominations? Why are people doing this? And I'm like, nobody said anything when it won like 3 Golden Globes.
Was that before or after the potentially racist tweets?
That was before. There's a bit of a witch hunt going on. I haven't seen the tweets. They're not good. I'm not supporting or condoning them in any way. It's just come up to the surface at an interesting time
a very convenient time
for people that want to win awards against it. That's all I'm going to say.
but also people that don't want this type of movie
Yep.
and this type of actress
Yep.
to win awards as well.
Yep. One,
Yeah.
it's a weird movie. I get why it's very polarizing, and I get why people don't like
It's
it.
a very festival crowd movie.
It's artsy. It's a musical about transgender and the drug cartels in Mexico. Like, that movie that's not got made before. Like, who makes that movie, right?
No, there's like 35,000 of them.
Yeah.
The intersection of transgender people and drug cartels is actually huge. It's not.
There's one.
Amelia Perez.
And there are some very good bits of it, and there are some really bad bits that are cringe.
Okay.
And overall, it's just, I'm like, I get it.
So it's nominated
not great.
for everything, basically.
For everything. Picture,
director,
screenplay, cinematography,
the 4 actors,
sound. No, just 2 of
the
them.
2 actresses,
Carla and Zoe.
Yeah.
Director, screenplay, editing, production design, couple of songs, because it's a musical with original songs.
Yeah.
Don't ask me which one's which. But there were some songs in there I was like, that's a good song. And then I looked at the list of nominees and went, I don't know.
Well, the best song is an original song that Elton John wrote for his own movie. Like a Bird, the song that I assume is going to make me cry when I watch Sing Sing.
I think that's written by Nelly Furtado.
They just changed some words so it counts as original. El Mal and Mi Camino from Amelia Perez.
They're 2 in there. There's 2 that are good. There's a few songs in there that are pretty good.
Well, I hope 2 of them are El Mal and Mi Camino.
The problem with it is that some of the people that are singing in the movie can't sing. And they've done a little bit of trying to auto-tune it where it's obvious.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana can sing. She can hold a note pretty good.
Yeah.
But then there are some parts of the songs that it's definitely out of her range.
Oh, so they've tried to woot it up.
Yeah. And
Cast
it doesn't
singers.
sound good. There are some... I wish I could play the song. Can I play the song? There's the one about the sex change operation.
You were telling me about this the other day, and I have seen people talking about it on TikTok.
Man or woman, woman to man, man to woman. Penis to vagina. That's exactly how it sounds like. And my favourite bit of that whole song was where the doctor goes, I'm not going to do the accent because he's Asian. Adam's apple reduction.
As a line in the song.
Yeah, as a line in the song, but he says it in a Phantom Menace Trade Federation kind of voice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of ventilation shaft.
Yeah. Oh,
The fifth
so
song.
bad.
The 5th song is in the best original song category. Is The Journey from the 688.
Yeah.
Because
every year they drum up and go Google search new releases 2020 whatever year song by Diane Warren and go, it's in.
they've got a Google word key alert.
Yeah,
Just alerts
Diane
them
Warren,
when
she
Diane
did a new
Warren.
song. Put it in. I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Put it in.
We did that and we decided to have a look at the movie because we have not seen the trailer for the movie The 6888.
It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix and it's a thing. American writers, be they novelists or TV writers or screenwriters for film, have to, I think it's like in the Constitution or something, that they have to have a World War II movie come out every year.
Oh, at least one.
At least one.
What would we write about if there was no World War II?
Well, that's the thing. And we've done the Saving Private Ryans and we've done the all the way up to the Oppenheimers.
Yeah.
Now they're like, well, what else can we do?
What other story don't we know that happened during World War II?
I know. A bunch of women of colour sorted the mail. So we're going to write a movie about
We're
it.
going to write a movie about women sorting the mail.
And it is just that.
And the issue I had with the trailer was that it was all very dramatic, and these women are getting involved in the war, and this is great for women and women of colour.
Yeah.
And then they're like, they have to sort the mail, and I'm like, oh, they're not fighting.
There's all these like white men, generals, colonels, whatever,
And
saying,
Oprah's there.
we've got this huge issue that we can't solve, and they meet with the president. They're like, oh, we've got this huge issue that we can't solve. And then it's like, well, Oprah's like, well, the only people that can solve it are my bunch of ragtag bunch of women.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here's 800,000 pieces of mail.
And the other issue I had with the trailer was Kerry Washington is the lead in it. And they showed her, basically she was kind of narrating over the trailer and doing this very empowering speech. And if she talks like that during the whole movie, it's going to be so painful.
Well, I understand mail is important, right?
Yeah.
And there's one line in the trailer, which I think they should have actually made the movie focus on this. There's no connection for the soldiers back home and for the people back home to the soldiers.
Yes.
But instead of making it a really emotional thing about that, the trailer at least, like the movie might be this.
Yeah, it might be
But
good.
the trailer is like black woman doing a William Wallace speech about mail.
Yeah.
Or like
We will post them on the beaches.
Yeah.
We will post, I don't know the rest of it.
fight them on the streets,
On the grass,
on the fields,
fields,
water.
fields and beaches.
air.
I don't know.
We will
Airmail.
we will sort
Sea mail?
them in the
There you go.
dark. We will sort them in the
can't
letters.
say darkly.
We will sort them in the cards. It's that,
We will lick those stamps until our tongues are dry. They must get their letters from their ladies.
And that, I think, will have quite an emotional moment, which I assume is when Diane Warren sings The Journey.
I assume if I was writing the movie, I would write some in there that this person had all this mail that never got sent, and then it worked out that they were dead.
Oh, not a happy ending.
No, that wouldn't be the ending. That would just be in there because soldiers died in World War II.
Oh, they did, actually.
A
You're
few
right.
of, I think, a fair number of them.
A fair number
like
of
at
them.
least 300.
Do you want to do a prediction for this category or not?
Look, my thing is, okay, the weird thing about the predictions is a lot of the lead up, for song at least, has been one of them from Amelia Perez. But Amelia Perez is getting so much hate and controversy at the moment that I don't know if it's going to sway people's votes. Have they already voted? Is it too late? It's a few weeks away, so
The
they probably
public
have it.
hate makes the people who vote worried that
Like,
if they vote that way, people will hate them.
because of Carla Sofia Gascon's scandal, they are not promoting her.
As a nominee.
She wasn't going to win anyway, but they're not like putting her campaigning for her.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not like Ariana Grande popping up everywhere you fucking look.
Well, still.
Which actually happens all the time anyway, so
Yeah.
it just seems normal.
All right, I'm going to call that for Diane Warren.
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking. Is this the year she finally gets? It's like a 16 fucking nomination.
Surely
So-
she's due for the lifetime achievement.
Yeah, and she's done better songs. I haven't heard the song, but I'm going to assume it's not better than I Don't Want to Miss a Thing from Armageddon.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good song.
Or
Good triangle part in that song, actually,
whatever from Con Air.
by Leanne Rimes.
How Will I Live?
/ Trisha Yearwood.
How do I... That one.
She's had some good ones. Speaking of writing, screenplays.
Screenplays. Look,
Another one for Amelia Perez in Best Adapted Screenplay.
it's not going to win. Conclave will win that.
Conclave will win. All right.
You know
Sing
what?
Sing is one I'd really do want to
wanna
watch.
Sing Sing. Nickel Boys has just been there and not done much. My thing with the Oscars this year is I don't reckon there's going to be a movie that wins a heap.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be few for Wicked, couple for Conclave, few for The Substance if people voting know what movies are. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like the most a movie will win is maybe 4.
Could there be the possibility of a very diverse way of voting while diversity is still a thing in the States?
Well, the Academy is diverse now.
Yeah, but are they going to be allowed to be diverse next year?
Yeah, they'll be fine.
He can sign an executive order.
We can shove it up his ass. Well, yeah. So I think Conclave will win Best Adapted Screenplay.
Adapted Screenplay, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. You're calling it for Conclave.
Conclave is a very good movie. If you haven't
Best
seen it, go and see it.
original screenplay, Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. I've seen Anora and The Substance of those.
I think it's between Anora and The Substance. So
Yeah.
there you go. I think that if they're feeling ballsy and doing the best story
Yep.
as well as screenplay, it's The Substance.
I think The Substance is a better story, but I think the screenplay dialogically
Yeah.
of Anora is better.
I agree, and that's why it's a close call, but I'm putting my money, literally, on The Substance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into the big ones. Best Director. Amelia Perez, Anora, The Brutalist, The Substance, and A Complete Unknown.
I watched The Brutalist, Lee.
Yeah.
It's long.
There's
There's an intermission.
There's lots of long movies, even like The Substance and Anora, that are not a genre that is typically a long movie.
Yeah.
Are reasonably long movies this
Yeah.
year.
The Brutalist was good. I think the directing in that is very good. So I'm leaning towards The Brutalist, with potentially Anora. Although that doesn't, I didn't look at the directing and go, wow. Whereas you look at some of the stuff that Brady Corbet was doing in The Brutalist, and you're like, shit, that was a good shot.
But in The Substance as well, the way that they shot asses in so many different ways.
That is an art among itself.
Yeah.
Among itself?
I think that was very well directed in terms of the setting up the shots of the sexualizing of the aerobic stuff.
Yeah.
Versus the setting up the shots in the bathroom when shit's fucked.
Yeah. Literally, almost literally.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go... Oh, they're going to be in a traditional mood. I'm going to go with The Brutalist.
If it's a traditionalist mood, then it's The Brutalist.
Yeah. I am surprised that... I'm not going to use the S word. Snub. That Edward Berger didn't get nominated for Conclave. Oh, this is my first snub. My first snub goes to Edward Berger for Conclave. I would have given him a nomination over James Mangold for just doing a generic biopic.
Yep. Okay. I feel like something like A Complete Unknown about Bob Dylan needed nominations, though. You can just put it on here. Now we're into the actors.
So,
Best Supporting Actor.
yeah.
I'd like it to be Kieran Culkin.
It will be Kieran Culkin.
There's lots of talk about that.
He will
I
win?
think from him.
He will win because he's very good at playing himself and sometimes crying.
Yeah. And
So,
Jesse
have you
Eisenberg
seen-
also plays himself.
Have you seen Succession?
Bits of.
There you go. You've seen his character in A Real Pain.
Yeah, right.
I also am confused, now that we're on the supporting categories, I need to look more into what makes someone supporting, and there needs to be more guidelines to it.
I was going to say
example-
similar things about the Razzies.
For example, Kieran Culkin is in 95% of the movie.
Yep.
Yes, Jesse Eisenberg is the lead,
Yeah.
but they're both leads in my mind.
I guess in that case, the story centers around Jesse Eisenberg's character
Yeah, but no.
and their character arc.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to say the same thing about what you're saying about Wicked.
Wicked,
It is
Ariana Grande
Elphaba's-
is a lead.
Yeah, but it is Elphaba's story arc in the movie.
Zoe Saldana is the lead actor in Amelia Perez.
Not
Well, they both are.
okay.
It would be Zoe Saldana and Carla Sofia Casson are the leads, and Sophia Gomez. Selena Gomez is there.
All right.
I just
Would there
don't.
be
I need to look
would
into
there be
it.
rules?
I don't know if there's rules because you just submit them and say we're going to put her in the We're going to put Ariana Grande in the supporting actress category so they're not competing against each other.
Well, I think that's the thing. That's why they don't
Yeah.
nominate 2 for 1 category.
Anyway.
So that they can win more Oscars.
Yeah. Kieran Culkin is going to win. I think Edward Norton was lucky to get nominated. He was just there. I don't know. It wasn't an outstanding performance for me. And now I'm trying to think of someone that was better. But I can't off the top of my head.
What's his name in The Substance is pretty good.
That's true.
Who's that?
Jonathan Bailey was better than Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Bowen Yang was better than... No, I'm not going to do that to you.
Ethan Slater.
Ugh.
Jeff
Yes.
Goldblum.
So Kieran Culkin's pretty short odds favourite to put on
Okay.
to
And
win.
for
I
Best
won't put
Supporting
any
Actress?
money on him because the odds are too short. Best Supporting Actress is interesting to me. Monica Barbaro, nothing. Should not be in this category. Margaret Qualley should be in it instead of her.
She was very good.
She was
and
better.
again, very close to a lead.
Yeah.
She,
It was
I reckon,
yeah.
has more screen time than Demi Moore in The Substance.
By that, do you mean arse time?
From memory,
Okay.
more impactful screen time.
Yeah.
Certainly. In terms of...
She's more at the start, Demi Moore.
True.
Demi?
But it's pretty...
Demi.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
And again, it's Demi Moore's story.
Yeah.
And Margaret
It's
Qualley's
her
character
face on the
is from
pavement
there.
at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a 2-horse race between Zoe Saldana and Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Felicity Jones is very good.
For The Brutalist.
Let me try that again. Isabella Rossellini is very good in Conclave.
From Death Becomes Her.
She's just quite demure. She's quite quiet. She doesn't say much. She has about 3 lines.
Okay.
But they're very impactful. There's one she has a bit of a funny bit too, which is good. It also helps that she looks and sounds like her mum. So you go, oh, it's like I'm watching Ingrid Bergman. Give her an Oscar nomination.
Give her an Oscar nomination.
I'm edging. Okay. It depends how people react to Emilia Perez controversy. Because Zoe Saldana was very quick to be like, oh, I distanced myself. This is terrible.
Yeah, okay.
Which is the right thing to do. So she's probably been like, oh, I don't want to get involved in this. She's won pretty much all the awards leading up to it.
I think she'll win an award.
I think she should.
Because even the roles, most of her major roles have been pop roles. Avatar, Guardians.
The hill I will die on, though, is that she should have been nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for Avatar. I don't care what anybody says.
Avatar: The Way of Water, she's amazing.
She's better. She's good. Well, I wouldn't say better because I haven't seen the second one. She's good in the first one. She should be nominated for an Oscar.
She's better in the second
I
one.
heard some
the
guy
first
on
one.
Rainbow Popcorn talk about that.
Yeah, the first one. Her in Avatar. And this is what I will always say about the Oscars, is they leave out huge categories.
You know what I was watching? Planet of the Apes, one of the new ones. And I was like, Andy Serkis doesn't get enough credit.
No.
He should have a Lifetime Achievement Award by now.
He
might in like the Nerd Awards. You know what I mean?
But the Oscars is all of cinema.
So that's why they need to put in 2 more categories, right? And then be done. They need to do a category on stunts. I probably said this exact same thing last year.
Probably.
A category on stunts, and a category I would like is like voice work. Like animated
Best
acting.
voice acting.
Best voice acting in a movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Then
Yeah,
Andy
well,
Serkis would win one for
No,
Gollum.
but also, like, why is that not acting?
Well, it is.
Yeah.
But it's
so
not in there yet.
They're never nominated. No,
No.
but they can be nominated for Best Actor.
Oh, yeah, what I mean, but you don't see them, so that's why.
Yeah, but it's still acting.
Yeah.
And
But is it?
when we get to the Razzies, Jack Black's voice is nominated for
Well,
Borderlands.
that's because his voice is terrible.
Yeah, but if Andy Serkis's voice is great,
Yeah.
then
I suppose they have rules that are outdated.
Yeah, but they
Well,
still
they do have rules that are outdated.
They still leave out whole genres.
I think sci-fi it's getting more oomph. Sci-fi and horror are the ones that don't get...
And comedy.
Well, comedy used to, not so much anymore.
Yeah. Like, there've been some hilarious movies from the last few years that haven't even got a look in.
True.
And just because you don't cry doesn't mean you're not acting well.
Well, look at Ryan Gosling and last year, and Ariana Grande this year is mainly because of comedy.
Yeah.
But
Maybe it's changing.
they never had a chance. You never literally thought that Ryan Gosling was going to win an Oscar for playing Ken.
No.
You know what I mean?
But I think, like, just straight up comedy, like, there was some depth to Ken, a little bit more depth to Ken than Galinda. But straight up comedy, if you act comedy super well, like, we're not a huge fan of him, but when Will Ferrell does a comedy and acts his character, like, we weren't a fan of it, but he's acting in Elf as Elf.
Oh, yeah.
As Buddy is spot on,
Yes.
but is never going to get recognised
No.
award-wise.
No.
He's doing all right in life.
He doesn't need it, although he just made a terrible movie.
He's made a few. Best Actress, speaking of. Cynthia
This is
Erivo.
a tough one. This is the tightest category for me.
Mikey Madison was very good in Anora. Demi Moore was very good in
I
The
would be
Substance.
fine with all of them, except, well, Carla's not going to win. Sorry, Carla.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with any one of them. I haven't seen Fernanda Torres' I'm Still Here because it's a Brazilian artsy movie. So, hey, it's not on at Hoyts. So
And it's not $4.99 on Apple TV.
Not. She won the Golden Globe, as did Demi. Demi's won a lot of it, so I think I'd love Demi to win.
I think it would be a good recognition of Demi. I know that's not how they're meant to do it, but it is how they do it.
That is, yep. That's
Leonardo
why Jack
DiCaprio, I'm
Palance has
looking
an
at you.
Oscar. That's why Beyonce has an album of the year.
I don't think
can
it'll
say
be
that.
Cynthia Erivo.
I don't think so either. You know why? As well? Because there's a sequel.
Okay.
So they've got another chance to give it to her. Because she's probably going to be better in the second one.
Because it really is her
Because it's
story.
more seriously...
Yeah.
That song.
That song.
Yeah.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great song.
That is a
I
better
listened
song.
to Adina's version.
Very good.
The other week.
Um,
So I'm calling it for Demi, actually.
to me, and a potential outsider of Fernanda Torres.
I think I'd be happy if Mikey Madison won, though, as well.
Same. I'd be fine with any of them.
Except Carla.
Well, I'd be fine if she won, but she's just not gonna.
Best Actor. You don't want the Brutalist to win anything.
I wouldn't mind. Adrian Brody was very good.
Yep.
This is probably what it's going to win. And it might win... What did I say before? Director.
Timothy Chalamet, is he
Timothy
good?
Chalamet's good. I got annoyed, like I said in a recent review about Matthew McConaughey, that he mumbles. But Timothy Chalamet is Matthew
Bob
McConaughey's
Dylan.
son. So that works out. There's a little Interstellar reference for the nerds.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Tim, stop mumbling. And then I was like, I think that's how Bob Dylan sounded. So,
Yeah.
okay, I'll allow it.
He's Bob Dylan.
He's very good.
I really am a little bit annoyed at myself that I didn't watch Sing Sing during the week before we recorded this episode.
Yeah, I wish I did
because
as well.
I've heard very good things about Coleman Domingo.
Yeah. If they're in you've been around for a while, you haven't won one of these yet, Ralph Fiennes. Sebastian Stan is in 5th place, I'm sorry.
If they're in a fuck you, Trump, while we still can
Yes.
mood,
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan
Can you
will
imagine?
win.
That'd be hilarious.
But I don't think he will.
So
he'll sign an executive order the next day dissolving the Academy.
Yeah.
Not Sebastian Stan, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, yeah. No, I think Adrian Brody will win, potentially Ralph Fiennes if they're in a mood.
No Jesse Eisenberg. Like quite a
No.
few noms for him, like as screenplay
Yeah.
and for Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
But not him as
No.
an actor. Because he's just him.
because he's just him. And from what I've seen, the three of those I've seen, Conclave, Complete Unknown, The Brutalist, they're all better than him.
Okay. And there's certainly been more talk about Coleman Domingo's acting than Jesse Eisenberg's acting. There's a lot of talk about Jesse Eisenberg's story, which I guess is the screenplay nomination.
The big one that was getting a lot of buzz pre this and didn't get a thing was Daniel Craig for Queer.
Oh, for Queer, which I haven't watched yet, which is terrible because I host
it
a
only just came
queer
out this
movie
week.
podcast.
We only just got it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this week or last week.
Fucking come on.
I know.
We're trying to run a podcast here.
I know. I'm trying to promote these movies. Get me on a list.
At some point, can he cast a queer actor, though?
Luca Guadagnino.
Yeah. Like, mate,
True.
keep making queer movies.
True.
And to be fair, since Call Me By Your Name, there are a lot more out queer leading men than there were in 2007.
Teen,
yes.
yeah.
Cast them.
Yeah.
We don't cast Daniel Craig anymore.
It could have been Matt Bomer.
It could have been.
It could have been Coleman Domingo.
It
I don't know
100%
the
could have
story.
been. It could have been Jonathan Bailey. He was busy,
He's been very busy.
but it could have been. There's a lot of actual leading men,
Yes.
and they're not queer actors are not just playing gay best friends now. They are
They're still doing that.
leading, even playing gay best friends to gays. They are leading men now and having leading roles. And like Coleman Domingo,
Back-to-back Oscar noms. And I think they're both gay roles.
but it's not Sing Sing is not a queer movie.
Right.
He might be queer in the movie,
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
but it's a movie about reform and rehab in prison.
That's right, yes.
It's not a queer story like Queer,
Yeah.
but you can cast someone like Coleman Domingo in it.
Yeah.
Do you know who else it could have been? That guy we saw in that one that we saw at the Melbourne Queer Film Festival.
Oh, yeah. He was good.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
No.
He was good, though.
And that's why I didn't get cast in it.
When I remember the name of that movie, I'm going to recommend it to people.
Something Sunrise.
I think Sun is in there. And maybe Water.
Surfing the Sun.
No.
Beach Sun. Nah. Anyway.
Best Picture.
Best Picture. Honora, The Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Conclave. June Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here. Nickel Boys, The Substance, Wicked.
Okay, so June Part 2 we haven't mentioned in our other categories.
That's because
it's obviously nominated effects, editing,
Effects, sound,
cinematography.
music.
Yes, Zimmer got a nomination
Yep.
for Best Original Score. But it's up there. for
It'll win
Best
those
Picture.
ones. It'll win sound, and it'll win effects again.
And it'll win look.
Cinematography, I don't know. It's a tight race.
The
Brutalist cinematography is very good.
The cinematography, though, of The Substance is also very good.
And so's Wicked.
Yeah, it is a stunning movie.
But it's too bright and shiny. You know what I mean? Wicked will win production design, although I was wrong on that last year.
Could win
Still bitter
costumes.
about it. It'll win costumes, production design.
Yeah, Barbie should have won production design.
Poor Things was good, though. Anyway. Look. There are a few potential winners of this. And they are Honora, The Brutalist, and Conclave.
Can I make a call, having only seen one of those top three? Conclave.
Yeah.
The topic, the subject matter,
Yeah.
the
cast.
the acting.
Yeah.
It's all lining up, I think.
Yeah.
Emilia Perez is probably out.
Emilia
I'm still
Perez is
here,
out.
and Nickel Boys I haven't really heard talk
Nah.
about.
Complete Unknown, no, just because it's not a great movie.
Yeah, it's not a great movie. It's just a biopic.
It's probably of the ones of the... I've seen 8 of these. It's 8th for me.
Okay. And the one you haven't seen is I'm Still Here because we don't have it yet.
Yeah, and Nickel Boys, because I don't know what that is.
I don't think it's out on a streaming yet.
Maybe it's just randomly at Nova. Probably is.
Yeah.
Complete Unknown. June Part 2. Oh, then it gets really tough.
We'll put it on the socials.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking...
I'm thinking Conclave.
Yeah, I'd like Conclave to win. It was a really good movie.
For Dune and for Wicked, they have another part coming up that they can give it for.
Yeah. Dune, they will.
Dune Part 3.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, Lord of the Rings 1 and 1 and 1, I don't think Dune is the same. Because Lord of the Rings changed things.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings did things that hadn't been done in cinema before.
Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve is just doing the same things but looking different.
Really good.
Yeah.
He's doing it very well.
He's doing it very well,
Yeah.
but he's not really doing anything that people haven't done before. I'm sure he is, and the fans are going to come at me. But when you look at it and you watch Lord of the Rings, like, you're just like, they're both big epic fantasy movies.
Yeah.
Whereas Lord of the Rings on that scale hadn't been done before, which is why I think it won so many for all three.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
But Conclave. It'd be great if The Substance won, because I still think that's a great movie, and I think I want to watch it again.
I think out of all those movies, that was the one I don't want to say enjoyed the most, because I really enjoyed Wicked. But
Well,
it was
you went
the
to
one
see Wicked twice at
I
the cinema.
But you can't watch Substance twice, 2 days in a row,
No, you can't.
like you can with Wicked.
Honora was very good too. I really enjoyed watching Honora.
I think the thing that
More
helped
than I
with...
did think I would enjoy watching a movie about a stripper/prostitute with our mother.
Yes. I think what helped with Honora is that I really didn't know much about it other than she was a prostitute.
Yeah, I thought it was like a drama comedy about this, and I'm like, oh, this will be
It's
different.
actually a comedy drama.
And when we have to watch something on Boxing Day, and the other option was
Better Man.
Better Man, which continue with stories of Universal or whoever released it being disappointed with its US box office.
Oh, and nobody knows him in
Like,
America.
We don't know who Robbie Williams is.
It won an actor for Best Film.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was
filmed
shot here.
Yeah.
We're drawing it's a, how can we get this in? Mad Max Furiosa.
None.
No, it was there.
Oh,
I think it was like all the categories.
so why was Henry Cavill there?
Because he was here filming a movie. I don't know. He's been filming on the Gold Coast. He got a plug in.
Yeah, of course he did.
I saw a funny thing on what awards were on the other day? Critics' Choice Award. And Richard Gadd, who keeps winning awards for bloody Baby Reindeer, wasn't there.
Oh, not Josh Gad from Frozen.
No, so Jessica Gunning accepted on his behalf. And he was very funny. He wrote something down. And he was like, sorry, I can't be there. I'm currently filming my upcoming HBO BBC drama, blah, 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 coming to HBO in the thing. And then he goes, thank you so much. It's amazing. I really wish I could be there, but I'm currently filming my blah, 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 blah. And I hope that you're all critics. I love you. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming HBO BBC drama. So it was actually funny. He kept putting a plug in. So anyway, that was it. So the big winner of the night will probably be... depending. Brutalist. I think June
Brutalist
will win
Conclave.
a few. Nosferatu's up for a few, and apparently it's a very good looking movie, cinematography-wise.
Yeah, I've heard that about it.
I think it could sneak in for one, but we'll see.
Nosferatu will win all of the Saturn Awards, which are the horror ones.
Yeah,
I think they're sci-fi and horror ones.
sci-fi horror. So it'll be June and
It'll be Dune, The Substance, and Nosferatu.
Substance. Yeah, there you go.
We should start.
Could you imagine if Demi Moore wins an Oscar? Crazy.
I think we still have time to join the Razzies to vote.
Oh, good. Let's do it now. Should we talk about the Razzies?
We should, but their website's not loading.
Okay, that's fantastic. Maybe because everybody's on there voting.
Okay, so I love the Razzies.
Can I just say I've heard a little bit of flack lately about the Razzies. So I was on TikTok and some guy was like, people that have been nominated for both a Razzie and Oscar in the same year.
Mm.
And the great move of Sandra Bullock actually going when she won a Razzie.
I'd go.
It's great. I'd 100% go.
We've had this conversation.
Even if it is the day before the Oscars, because I'd be getting nominated for that as well, for the same movie. That's how polarizing I would be.
So, I made a mistake. I've been saying all in the last couple of weeks that I think there should be a worst screenplay category of the Razzies, and there is.
There is one, yeah.
Yeah. And I think the nominations for it are correct. So, But going through the categories, worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel.
Yep.
I've watched none of these.
I've watched one of those.
So Rebel Moon, I had no interest in watching the first one, so I don't know why they made a second one. Kraven the Hunter. I don't think that's a... I don't know how that fits into prequel. Like, I guess it's within the Spider-Man universe.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's how they fit it in there.
Rip-off.
Joker Folie à Deux. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, including you, saying it just doesn't make sense.
Uh-huh.
O Corvo, I don't know. And Mufasa the Lion King. I think Joker Folie à Deux will win this one.
Joker Folie à Deux, because out of those, I think, is it the only one that's probably nominated for Worst Picture as well?
But I also think they do this thing where the gap between, if the gap between is big, like Joker was nominated for lots of Oscars and was very good, and Joaquin won, whatever.
And that's not.
And
okay.
Joker Folie à Deux is not that. Kraven the Hunter is just a comic book movie.
So, yeah.
It's bad, but it's a comic book movie, so you don't expect it to be great.
So Joker Folie à Deux.
Yeah, but it's like Taxi Driver, if it was based on a comic book, was the first one. So, like, you expected big things of Joker Folie à Deux. I don't think anybody expected big things other than Aaron Taylor-Johnson, his abs.
Just being there.
Being there.
Yep. Okay, Joker Folie à Deux.
Worst screen combo. Joker Folie à Deux, Gaga and Joaquin. Unfrosted, it is Jerry Seinfeld and any unfunny comedic actor.
Okay.
Because the cast, in terms of supposedly funny people of 2024, the cast is stacked. Jerry Seinfeld.
Amy Schumer.
Hugh
Grant's in there.
Hugh Grant is in there. And Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Like, funny people.
And there's a lot of cameos.
A lot of cameos from lots of people that you will have seen in small roles.
Yep.
As very funny actors. Then Megalopolis.
Yep.
I can't remember what they said about this one.
Oh, it's probably Shia LaBeouf and his eyebrows. I don't know.
In Reagan, that I didn't even know they made, Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller. And for Borderlands, Jack Black and anybody is the nomination. I think...
Joker Folie à Deux.
I actually think it should go to Unfrosted.
Okay.
Because none of them have any chemistry with each other as comedic actors.
That's true.
There's no connection.
Yep.
I think from what you've said, Gaga and Joaquin... story connection. Story connection isn't there. Whereas this isn't a bad acting connection.
The acting isn't awful. Okay, no, stop. The acting is the worst thing about Joker Folie à Deux.
Okay.
I'll say that. It's the premise.
But
it's the plot and the story.
I think Unfrosted should win this one.
Okay, cool. Did you see I was going to say Nikki Blonsky. Nikki Glazer's joke at the Golden Globes. And she was like, Joker Folie à Deux. And she was making a joke. She said, well, when people were asking when they were watching Joker, why is sound happening and pictures moving? She's like, sorry. It's like, sorry to the Joker tape. Oh, wait, no, they're not here. It's actually pretty funny. She did it better than I did.
But she had someone write it for her as well. Worst supporting actress. I know, that's not a fair joke. Everybody has someone writing. Conan is going to have...
Did you see Beyonce? It's quote some white fuckwit. It took her 72 writers to win an album of the year. No fuckwit. I'm not going to get started. We're talking about the Razzies. I'll go on for hours.
Get that on our Grammys podcast.
Yeah, we'll do a Grammys special.
Worst supporting actress. Leslie Ann Down for Reagan. Ariana DeBose is nominated twice in this category.
Oh, Ariana DeBose.
Yeah, which I like. Even though she did the thing, it's like these two make it up to, I think, her fourth Razzie nomination for acting. Emma Roberts for Madam Web. I'll come back to that in a sec. Amy Schumer for Unfrosted, yes, but also I could have nominated Melissa McCarthy for Unfrosted. She might be nominated for Worst Lead Actress, actually. FKA Twigs in O Corvo, that I don't even know exists.
I'm not going to watch O Corvo.
No.
Because FKA Twigs also I don't think is an actor. It's like a singer-rapper from the UK.
Yeah. So, you talked about supporting versus lead, and you said similar screen time. Ariana and Cynthia,
Yep.
Kieran and Jesse,
Yep.
even I said Margaret Qualley, Demi Moore.
Yes.
Emma Roberts, I've spoken to 3 people about this nomination, and I said Emma Roberts is nominated. One, I think she actually is a terrible actress, but she is nominated for the Razzie for Madam Web. And 3 people I had this conversation, including Cortex, who hosts Pride Movie Night and knows everything about movies.
Yeah.
She's like, Emma Roberts isn't in Madam Web. She has a total of 4.5 minutes of screen time and 3 lines.
You can win an Oscar for 8 minutes of screen time.
But
You can definitely win a Razzie for 4 minutes.
there are people that could have been in that spot that are
Okay.
bad.
Yeah.
I just don't think
Did you see...
that's fair.
So who's
'cause
going to win that?
also the script is terrible.
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
Did you see Emma Roberts was on whatever the fucking thing is with Andy Cohen, and it was like, who's the most famous contact in your phone? And she said,
And she's like Julia Roberts.
no, she said Paris Hilton. And then they were like, okay. And then he goes, who's the last person you texted? And she's like, my auntie. And then he goes, some would argue that she's the most famous contact in your phone. And she went, oh, yeah, okay.
Well, I think
But
that's like
just her auntie.
yeah. She was Auntie Julia before she was famous. In
Yeah.
Emma's point of view, whereas Paris Hilton was famous before they came friends.
Yes.
I would guess.
I would, yeah.
Worst director. I don't know why the order is in this order. We didn't go
Okay.
best supporting actor next.
I
but
can already pick who
it's
I'm
up
going to give it
Google.
to.
I'm giving it to Jerry Seinfeld for Frosted. But also nominated is S.J. Clarkson for Madam Web, Todd Phillips for Joker Folie à Deux, Eli Roth for Borderlands, Francis Ford Coppola for Megalopolis.
The other thing, though, like we were saying with this... The gap is Francis Ford Coppola, Eli Roth, and Todd Phillips are good directors.
I watched Borderlands. I didn't know it was Eli Roth. And then it came up at the end and said an Eli Roth film, and I went, oh, Eli.
Because what else has he done?
Really good horror stuff.
Let me have a look.
And Borderlands just wasn't that. But Francis Ford Coppola is what happens when you get to the point where people don't say no to you.
No, he just did it all himself. Oh, but there was nobody in the room being like, Francis, are you sure? And he's like, shut up, Nicholas
Yeah.
Cage.
Shut up, daughter.
Eli Roth.
I forgot the daughter's name.
Director, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Inglorious. Oh, no, he's an actor.
He's an actor.
He's him.
Yeah, he's actor in a
Right.
few Tarantinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of somebody else? Grindhouse.
No, he just directs one of the trailers for one of the
Hostel.
shorts between them. Hostel, yes.
Yeah. Reservoir Dogs.
Actor.
Restaurant Dogs. That's... Anyway.
So Eli Roth, good director. Todd Phillips, good director. Francis Ford Coppola, good director. Jerry Seinfeld, great stand-up comedian.
Yeah. Average actor.
Average actor. Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted is trying to make a Monty Python movie in 2024. And I actually didn't think it was terrible. I thought he was terrible.
I thought it was
But
bad.
I actually am going to change it. I don't think it will be Jerry Seinfeld. I don't think it should be Jerry Seinfeld.
I think it's Francis.
I think it will be. I think it will be Francis Ford Coppola or Todd Phillips.
And the FFC, yeah, I reckon.
S.J. Clarkson, Madam Web is not terrible.
Okay.
It's bad. It's not terrible.
Okay. It's going to win Worst Actress, though, isn't it?
Well, if it's up against Melissa McCarthy, I don't know, because the next category is Worst Screenplay.
Okay, great.
So sorry to ruin your segue, but this is Google throwing me under the bus.
That
here.
one will be Megalopolis.
Worst Screenplay, Megalopolis, Reagan, Madam Web, Joker, Folie à Deux, and Craven the Hunter. I think, I've said it before about AI writers. Real screenplay writers need to get better. Because if they keep writing shit like Madam Web, which I say it's not a terrible movie, some things don't make sense, but the actors in this case are let down by, and certainly it was the case in Borderlands as well, and I think that's why Cate Blanchett's nominated for Worst Actress.
Get Out.
is because of the screenplay, not because of her acting ability.
I didn't give her anything to work with.
She does, I
like
think,
Crystal Skull.
She does no, in Crystal Skull she was bad.
So
She
was the screenplay.
does as much as she can with a very bad screenplay.
Okay. Yep.
But that's not nominated. You think Megalopolis?
I think Megalopolis.
I think Madam Web.
Because also
There's a lot of-
Megalopolis story
Doesn't
doesn't make sense. From memory, the whole time you're sitting there going, what is this even about? Who are you? Why are you in drag, Shia LaBeouf? It's all very confusing.
I think that wasn't written. He just
rocked up
like
that day and said, works for me.
Yeah. I think it could be Megalopolis. I think it could also be Madam Web.
Right.
There is a lot of clunky exposition and a lot of bits of story that don't make sense.
Okay.
They do a lot of explaining to their little offsiders for the sake of the audience, but not in a clever way. It's just like there is a scene where she is driving the three other girls around just explaining things.
Yep.
And then she goes to Peru and then a guy just explains things to her. Yeah.
That sounds awful. I'm not going to watch it.
So I think it could be Madam Web.
Yep.
Worst supporting actor. Shia LaBeouf in drag in Megalopolis. Jack Black, voice only in Borderlands. John Voight for Megalopolis, Reagan and Shadowland. Kevin Hart in Borderlands.
Yep.
Kevin Hart just plays Kevin Hart. I think that's a harsh nomination.
Yeah, okay.
Also shit screenplay. Tahir Rahim in Madam Web should win it. I think John Voight will because he's nominated for 3 things.
Yeah.
But Tahir Rahim as the main baddie in...
Do we know him from somewhere?
I know the name, but
Okay.
I don't think I've seen him really in anywhere. He also is let down by some terrible ADR. Because at some point he looks like he has been dubbed badly on a cheap Mexican telenovela.
A Prophet, Madam Web, The Past, and The Mauritanian.
I think the Mauritanian is what I've heard of him for. But he is bad and very wooden. Even compared to his
Someone
enemy.
who just animates.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
bad.
So to be wooden...
A lot of Nepo babies in this one. On just 2.
To be wooden compared to her is pretty bad.
Okay.
But I think John Voight should get it because he's nominated for 3.
Yep.
Worst actress. I've already said Cate Blanchett is let down by a screenplay.
Oh, I'm reading this and I know who you think's going to win.
Well, yeah, I've seen Argyle. There's 2 Nepo babies in this category.
Yeah, and
Dakota
they're both
Johnson.
the worst Nepo babies.
They're the worst 2 Nepo babies in existence.
Well, technically... Oh, no, that's Jennifer Lopez. Why did I read that as Jennifer Aniston?
She is a Nepo baby. But Bryce Dallas Howard for Argyle.
I don't like her at all.
I think she should be...
She almost ruins Rocket Man.
I just don't know why she keeps getting roles. Other than the fact
Bryce
she's got
Dallas
Howard.
Is she in the new Jurassic World?
Fuck, I hope
Oh,
not.
no, it's ScarJo and Joe Bay.
Joe Bay.
Yep.
Lady Gaga for Joker, Folie à Deux is there as well. Dakota Johnson for Madam Web. Cate Blanchett for Borderlands. Jennifer Lopez for Atlas. And Bryce Dallas Howard for Argyle. I've seen Madam Web, Borderlands, and Argyle. Cate Blanchett I don't think should win.
It's between Dakota and Bryce, surely.
Dakota is okay. Bryce Dallas Howard essentially plays 2 characters. Well, hang on. Bryce Dallas...
She plays 2 characters. She's bad at both of them.
Bryce Dallas Howard is technically scripted to play 2 characters
Okay.
in Argyle. And
She doesn't... Okay.
she somehow plays neither of them.
Great. So that's a win for me.
I think it should be Bryce Dallas Howard because then an ever-mounting pile of evidence might go out to casting directors to stop casting her.
Yeah.
Because I'm almost at the point where I won't go and see the movie if she's in
Also,
it.
every movie I've seen her in, she has a terrible haircut. That's not like that. That's nothing to do with acting, but it doesn't help.
It doesn't
But
help.
she had nice hair. It'd be good to look at.
She's terrible. She's the worst thing about Black Mirror too.
She's the worst thing about Rocket Man.
She was only in one episode.
Jack Black again.
Worst actor, Jack Black for Dear Santa, Zachary Levi for Harold Eolapis Magico. I don't know what that is.
That's how the magic... Because I speak whatever language that is. The magic crayon. Yeah. I don't know why is it in... And also, Joker Folly Ado means... No, I've got nothing.
Yeah, sorry, that is Harold and the Magic Crayon.
I don't know why it's not in English.
Yeah. I think that's a bad movie.
Is your Google set to like Brazil or something?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted, Dennis Quaid for Reagan, and Joaquin Phoenix for Joker Folie à Deux. If they're going on the gap principle, it'll be Joaquin for Joker.
He wasn't, or I think, well, so I think Jerry Seinfeld was worse. I've only seen the two, but also he's not an actor.
That's true.
Like, he's done a lot of acting, so he should probably be better at it by now. But he's only ever acted playing himself, even when he was an animated bee
Yeah.
that fell in love with a woman.
Speaking of B-movie.
Oh, they're getting a sequel.
No.
Fucking thank
This
God.
is better. Trump supporters put up a Dob in a Trans website. Where you can be like...
topinnertrans.org.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
And the website either got taken down or crashed because a whole lot of people got on it and just in all of the fields put lines from B-movie screenplay.
That's great. And yeah,
Yeah. And
that's good use of B-movie screenplay.
better use than Jerry Seinfeld put
Yeah.
it to. So Jack Black I don't like. Zachary Levi, I think that's harsh because I don't think he actually acts with any
I think
people.
we just don't like him anymore.
I think it'll be either Jerry Seinfeld or Joaquin Phoenix because at some point Jerry Seinfeld has to acknowledge the fact that he's not an actor.
Yeah. Okay.
But also
Would you be
Joaquin-
surprised by Jack Black?
No, because I don't like him.
Okay.
Worst picture, Joker, Folie à Deux, Madam Web, Megalopolis, Reagan, and Borderlands. Borderlands and Madam Web I didn't actually find too bad for what they were.
Okay.
If you go in with a low expectation, one is a game
Should we
movie.
watch Reagan?
One is a comic book movie. They are okay. I think it'll go to Folie à Deux or Megalopolis.
I think because, like we've already been saying for the past however many minutes we've been talking about it, it's the expectation and the build-up
Yep.
of, yay, a huge Francis Ford Coppola epic and a sequel to The Joker. These will be great. And then they're shit.
I think,
watched Megalopolis in the cinema for Oscar reasons. Not for Razzie reasons.
Yep.
But hey, at least it wasn't complete waste.
well, no, people watched Joker, Folie à Deux for Oscar reasons.
And I remember sitting in the cinema being like, what? And I think somebody next to me did like the exact same thing. We both kind of just went like, what? And looked around.
Didn't you feel like that about the end of The Brutalist, though?
I did. Yeah.
I think...
Whereas at the end of The Substance, I was like, what? Yeah.
But in a good way.
But in a good way. Because the
I
last
think
20 minutes of The Substance was chaotic.
Megalopolis. I think
Megalopolis.
Todd Phillips has absolutely jumped the shark with Joker, Folie à Deux because...
Jumped the shark?
You know that saying?
No.
So,
Who jumps a shark?
No, well, that's the thing, right? It's an old... And it came from Happy Days. It got coined because of Happy
because
Days.
Fonzie tried to jump a shark.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
No, true.
Who jumps a shark?
Happy Days, they just tried to do more and more things.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a surfing competition
Yep.
that Fonzie entered in his leather jacket.
Of course.
And then
he
while
punched the
he's
shark.
surfing, a shark appeared and he surfed and jumped over the shark and
that's
rode the rest
amazing.
of the wave. So now, and everyone was like, that's fucking too far, Fonzie.
Yeah, okay.
Like, we'll accept that Fonzie can hit a jukebox and it starts playing and that he can be 30 years old hanging around with these high schoolers. We won't
And
accept
sleeping.
jumping the shark. And so that's become the saying. When
Okay.
you take something too far in an effort to try to impress or raise the bar and it fails.
Jump the
And I
shark.
think Todd Phillips did that with Joker Folie à Deux because Joker, everyone was like, this is a great different use of that kind of IP.
Yeah.
And then he just took it to a level that didn't match his audience as well.
Yeah, okay.
So it could be either Joker, Folie à Deux, or Megalopolis, I think.
Great.
I was going to watch Megalopolis, but again, I've had another year of Razzie-nominated movies wanting me to pay $7 to hire them on Amazon Prime.
Don't pay Don't pay for Megalopolis.
Well, I just think if Megalopolis is nominated for 5 Razzies, I'm not paying $7 to watch a 5 Razzie nominated movie.
Yeah. Even Aubrey Plaza couldn't save Megalopolis.
Oh, did she look as hot as she did in
Nope.
Happiest Season?
She looked hotter in that. Happiest Season. Anyway.
Anyway,
What an award season. It's still who knows. Whereas last year it was like, what was it called? Oppenheimer.
oh yeah, last year's Oppenheimer.
This
and
is a
Barbie.
bit still up in the air.
You know
but
what
not the
hasn't
movie
got
up in the
many
air.
nominated? They talked about Barbenheimer last year and Gladickhead this year.
Dickhead. No Gladiators.
No Gladiators.
No, it got 1 Oscar for costume.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. No screenplay. It's definitely. I'm just.
And
Gonna
no
continue
acting.
it.
Thank God.
Someone was talking to me about the movie and they're like, "Oh, I liked Gladiator 2 more than Gladiator 1."
And then you punch them in the face.
No, and I said, "What bits did you like about it? The talking or the fighting?" And they're like, "The fighting." I'm like, "That makes sense that you like Gladiator 2
Yeah.
more because if you like the talking, Gladiator 1 is a far superior screenplay."
But the fighting was better in the first one.
There was more cool fighting in 2
Yeah, okay.
and water.
I suppose there was water and rhinos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rhinos.
cool.
Anyway, that is the awards looked at.
Can't wait for everybody to watch the Oscars and see that I'm completely wrong about everything I said.
There is potential. We are in discussions of doing a Watch It With Us Oscars.
Yeah.
So if you would like to
Live react.
do that, we're going to do some live stuff. Get in touch with us. What's the date again?
The 2nd of March. The
2nd
3rd
of
of
March.
March. The 3rd of March here.
The 3rd of March for us,
Sunday
Monday.
the 2nd of March on CBS. I don't know. So it's about Conan O'Brien. Oh,
That's all right. It's never going to be better than Billy Crystal.
where's Amy Poehler and Tina Fey at?
Oh, yeah. Could be
I
hosted
could
by
host the
Jerry
Oscars.
Seinfeld.
Ugh.
We can host an Oscars. If you would like to watch the Oscars with us, get in touch.
Oh, I've got the day off.
We can either do it in person or on some kind of live stream.
Yeah.
Apparently Twitch is a thing.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to another episode of Rainbow Popcorn. Our next live event is In and Out on the 6th of March at Pride of Our Footscray. Get your tickets for that with the link in the episode description. Next week, our review for Burlesque is coming out as our camp classic review
Great.
for Rainbow Popcorn. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee.